In this video, I'll share with you what's perhaps the most helpful or useful insights I've had this year. It's helped me make better choices in pretty much all areas of my life, and most especially in my business projects. What I want to talk about today is how listening to and following our intuition is the only way to live a life that is true to ourselves and a life that's rewarding, fulfilling, and satisfying. It's a simple 3-step process to help us tap into our intuition better so we can live life in flow and stop struggling. To give you some context, last year I spent about 9 months in Southeast Asia. So the idea was to take some time off to work full-time on building my business and making it happen. So I thought that within 12 months I would have written a book, launched a podcast, started a YouTube channel, launched a digital magazine, and created online courses, and I don't remember what else. To be honest with you, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no structured plan, and the whole time I spent in Asia, I felt as though I was swimming against the tide, like something didn't feel right. I sort of felt out of sync with life, if you know what I mean. So what happened is that I worked on a bunch of projects, not finishing most of them, and I was feeling quite lost. I lacked focus, and I was feeling quite anxious because of it. And as you may have guessed, I didn't make it happen that year. After 9 months, I came back home completely broke and really lost and wondering why I was struggling so much all the time. And in April this year, I got my answer. So here's the answer I got. To live life in flow, stop struggling and experience synchronicities, we must listen to and follow our intuition. The question now is how. So I'll give you a 3-step process to do it. So first, we must notice how our body feels when we think about something. Does it feel expansive or contracted? I found that the feeling is more present in the area of the chest and shoulders as well. To give you a personal example, one of my goals since the beginning of this year has been to build an audience, or build a following. So there are different ways I could do that. When I think of writing blog articles, blog posts, and pitching them to larger publications online, the feeling in my body is really like, ugh. It's a contraction, it feels contracted, it's heavy, it's draining. When I think of launching a podcast, the feeling in my body is neutral. Nothing really happens. And when I think of making videos and posting them on YouTube, I feel expansive, like my shoulders, my chest, everything opens up. I can breathe more easily, it just feels right. It feels expansive. Here's the trick. The feeling is subtle and it lasts about 3 to 5 seconds until the rational mind, which is influenced by social conditioning, by our fear and limiting beliefs, gets into the game. For example, after 3 to 5 seconds, my rational mind often tries to convince me to do something that makes me feel contracted. For example, it'll try to convince me that writing blog articles, blog posts is the safest, easiest, and best option. Or it can also talk me out of doing something that feels expensive. For example, it reminds me that making YouTube videos is a very long, very risky, and difficult path to building a business. Here's the thing, following our intuition is about doing what feels expensive, even if our rational mind doesn't agree. We must have faith that it'll lead to the right experiences and opportunities for us. It's very difficult to do because we are used to rely on our conscious mind, our rational mind, to make decisions. But our rational mind doesn't know everything. It's not aware of all the opportunities that exist now in front of us and that will exist in the future. Our inner guidance, our intuition knows better. So step 2 is about choosing what feels expensive, even if it doesn't seem like the most logical thing to do. We must not let fear and social conditioning interfere with our decisions, and that's the biggest challenge. And step 3 is about repeating this process again and again. By doing so, we are sort of following breadcrumbs that guide us on the path to live our best life. So when you have a difficult decision to make, pay attention to how your body feels as you think of each of your options. It's the first 3 to 5 seconds that count. Choose what feels expensive. Making that choice is not always easy, but I think it's well worth it. That's it, guys. So if you like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. You can also support this channel by subscribing. So I'll see you next week for another video. Thanks for watching.